What is up YouTube? It's Martin here from Resolution Breakers once again, and in today's video it's going to be once again have nothing to do with Resolution Breakers, as I'm going to be showing you my very first ever card game I ever designed. I know in the last two videos before this I had said that I may be taking a long break from making videos and stuff, but you know what, just completely ignore that. I'm just going to do as much as I can to get whatever I can out for you guys. So I really hope you're going to be enjoying the content so far and what's going to be coming soon. And while I can, why not just make as many videos as I can for you guys. So as I said before, I'm going to be showing you my very first card game idea. I had designed this back when I was in secondary school. So I was maybe 13, 14 at the time. And it was about around the time that I used to, well, you know, you had a little like margin, is that what it's called, in your textbooks back in school. I used to always just draw little stick men in there. I may not be the only one. I'm pretty sure loads of people have done that. You know, you just doodle a few pictures when you're bored, or just because you're not very bright, so you don't want to do the work. But yeah. When I was in secondary school, I went through this long phase of where I used to just draw stick men all the time. I had a friend in my class who used to do the same. He used to draw stick men all the time, and we used to create stories about the stick men. We used to share our ideas all the time in pretty much every single lesson we had. I mean, I could show you all the... I don't actually have my textbooks back from school anymore because they was thrown out a little while ago. But I can show you the stack of papers that I still have that have pretty much all of my stickmen designs on them. So just one second. So yeah, this is my little stack of papers of all of the stickmen things. I used to like I used to make little comic strips and stuff. They weren't really that great, they were just stickmen. I can give you a quick example of one right now. So this is just it may be pretty hard to follow. I'm not sure if you can even see what's going on there. But yeah, there was a little stickman, little comic strip that would go down, and it'll go down again, and it'll go down again, and go down again. I mean, other than that, I even also had my own little like Yu-Gi-Oh series I used to make. I called it Yu-Gi-Oh NRG. When I first originally started making card games, I more so just kind of made my own fan-made cards for Yu-Gi-Oh! That's how I started, because Yu-Gi-Oh! Was my first ever card game I ever played. I used to just create my own cards, create my own stories and stuff. I don't know if any of you are aware of the website called Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Maker. I used to use that website all the time. I think I still have my account somewhere, if I can even remember my details. Going back to the comic strips again, this was an actual series that I created myself when I was, I don't know, maybe 12, 11. And I was just cool. It was about the time whenever I was like such a big, huge Dragon Ball Z fan. So it was just Super Stickman. It was this Stickman dude that can turn into a Super Saiyan. I mean, the first chapter was just him basically just killing a guy who robs money from a bank. And now I'll finally show you my first ever card game idea I ever created in my life. So it's just in one of these really old, I think it was it's probably like a textbooks I had since I was in like nursery probably. I don't really know. Okay, so the card game itself, it didn't really have a name. I never gave it a name. I just made a bunch of cards around the stickmen I designed when I was younger, along with a few of them was my friend's idea. So what you're seeing here is just two very big pictures of stickmen. There wasn't much of a, like, I didn't actually have any cards to play the game. I had some sort of rules, but I never actually played the game myself or showed this to anybody because I just, I just put them all into this textbook. So yeah, you had the name, had obviously a big massive picture. As you can see, there's not much to the actual cards themselves. You can just picture it as an actual card. So yeah, as you see, there's some stats: power, smarts, and then a team faction number. The rules of the game was basically you had a deck of I don't know, say probably 30 cards, probably not even that, probably 25 or something. You'd shuffle them up, draw 5 cards at the start of your turn, decide who's going to go first in the game, and then whoever's going first will take one of those cards from out of the 5 in their hand and place it face down. And they would either call power or smarts. Basically, what you're calling out for the battle against your opponent with. So it's either going to be a power battle or a smarts battle. So then, after you've called out what battle you're going to do, your opponent will then choose one of the cards from their hand and place that also face down. And then you'll flip them over, you'll read out the stats of whatever was called out beforehand, power or smarts. And whoever wins, the losing card will then go to the winner's prize pile, which will be just found anywhere really. It'll go face up into your prize pile, like next to you somewhere. And then the card that did win will then go to the used pile, which will be next to the prize pile, face up as well. And at the end of every turn, both players will draw until they have 5 cards again as well. So you'd always have 5 cards in your hand no matter what. So then once you've done the battle, it'll then go on to the next person's turn, and they will choose a card from their hand, and they will declare a battle basically. To be able to win the game, you just had to basically get 10 prize cards. That was it, really. So you just had to win 10 battles and you won the game. I mean, I didn't have like some massive rules to the game. As I said, it was just a card game I just drew in my spare time in some random textbook I found underneath my bed someday with all my stickmen in it. So now I'm going to go up to this number up here, which I said was the team faction number. Team faction was also another style of battling against your opponent. If you was to call a team battle, you would then choose a number of cards from your hand up to three different stickmen, and then place all three of them face up rather than face down. And then when you've declared a team battle, their stat will then become their team faction number all added together. So see, Superboss got 99, and this guy up here has got 100, so them two together will be 199. And then your opponent will then have to either match or beat it. Obviously, they'll have to try and beat it. But the problem is when you call a team battle, you both have to choose. Both players would have to choose their cards in their hand at the same time. So, you know, you can't just like place them face up and then go, yeah, this is what I've got. Now you beat it. And then when it comes to a team battle, if you've decided to have a 3-man battle and you'll lose all 3 of those cards rather than just the one. But again, like I said before, at the end of every single battle, both players have to draw until they have 5 cards again. So even if you do a team battle of 3, at the end of the turn you draw until you have 5, so you'll draw 3 cards. So that's pretty much my stickman game. Let's call it Sticks and Cards. I have no idea what to call it. Yeah, let's Sticks and Cards, why not? So that's just pretty much the rules out of the way. They're not too, at least I don't think they were, too high tech or anything like that. So